Hi everybody, welcome to 111. I'm going to give you a quick overview of the course site, and so pay close attention. There are a few heads up especially that I want to give you regarding where you should be looking to find your work and completing your work. First of all, I do want you, this is our summer video. I kept that there so you'd see where the video and the announcements are going to be, but below the video, which you're seeing right now, you will see a fairly long announcement. Take the time to read that as well. And I will from time to time post these video announcements to focus in on a few things I think are important, or sometimes even to let you see my face. For this video, I don't have a camera hooked up actually, so you won't be seeing my face this time. My proper computer is in Toronto with my family right now, so I'm on our old desktop. Anyhow, more information than you needed. At any rate, be careful always to read the announcement and view the announcement. Now, you need to be checking into the course regularly, and that is stated in the syllabus. One of the first things you need to do is go over and read the syllabus. I'll show you where that is in just a second. Check into the course regularly and check the announcements, these news items, regularly. Because if there are changes or there's new information or I've had to correct something because somebody's found an issue somewhere, those sorts of changes will be mentioned here in the announcements, so you'll always know. I will oftentimes email them as well, so also be checking your Delta webmail. And as I say in the syllabus, use your Delta webmail for this course. If you use a personal email, it might get blocked when an email comes to me, and you may not then see the messages that I'm sending out to the entire class, which will go to your webmail or to you. Okay, here is where you're going to live in this class, in the content area of the course. Now, you can get to our discussions, for example, through course tasks, to our checklists through Toolbox, but I do not want you to do that. And I'll show you why. When I come to the checklists here, you'll see one thing right away. We have checklists for the entire course sitting here right now. These have not been updated yet. Okay, these are for future assignments. If you come to the content area of the course, which is where I want you to live, you will only see the current checklist. Now, it is my intent to update those as we go through, but I'm teaching with a new text. I've taught this course so far only the spring and summer semester, which are 7-week courses, with that text. And so I want to leave myself the freedom to change things as we go along now that the course is stretched out over these 15 weeks. So I will be doing each unit's checklist when the time comes, okay? So come here to the content. Don't go clicking around up here. If you need to go someplace for some reason, I will tell you in that week's checklist. Okay? So live in the content, number one thing. The only other place you'll have to go sometimes is over to your grades. And I will let you know, you will be notified in the announcement screen here. You will get a notice, upcoming event. It's usually there's a notification down here. You will get a notice that you've got new grades, and otherwise I will post an announcement saying grades are up there, especially for the first couple of weeks, and you'll be able to check those. Okay, so here in the content area, what I want you to do first is read the syllabus, read the student resources and responsibilities, read the rubric for discussion boards. You begin with a discussion right away this week. The rubric tells you what I'll be looking for when I grade that discussion. Okay? And then you don't have to read this immediately, but we will talk about the general grading criteria for essays when your first essay comes in. But it's worth taking a look at to get an idea of what I look for when I evaluate your writing. And then I've got a video overview on creating a blog. You're going to be using a blog for a writing journal in this class, and then a link out to Blogger where you can create that blog. Okay, so far so good. Beneath this are My Lab resources, including the instructions for registering for My Lab, and then beneath that, various videos that will kind of give you an introduction to the environment. These might not look exactly like our writing lab because they're done by a student using a specific software package, but they're all very similar. We are using My Writing Lab in this course as a way of letting you take some time to focus on issues that might be more foundational, grammar, punctuation, sentence structure, things like that aren't really a part of the core of what we do in 111. 111 is a composition course. However, I do find that many people come into 111 sometimes with significant challenges in terms of grammar, and sometimes it's just one or two areas where they need work. This very first week, you need to get registered into your My Writing Lab. The course number that you need to register into is here. You will have gotten the code you need to register with your textbook. Now, if you bought a used book, this is a problem because you will need to go back and get the new book or try to purchase the Writing Lab code directly yourself. You have to be in My Writing Lab. We actually do have grades assigned to the work. Okay, so you cannot skip this. So you've got to get set up in there. So this week, all you have to worry about for My Writing Lab, get in there, take the assessment that will develop your learning path, and take your time with that. What that will do is decide what modules you need to work on. And then as we work through the course, you'll be working on those modules. I won't assign weekly work from My Writing Lab, but at the end of the course, I will go in, look at its assessment of your performance, and plug that back into the course. I will, however, sometimes send you to look at specific things if I notice something in your writing, or I may have you look at a support resource that connects to one of the essays that we're working on. Okay? Finally, writing as inquiry. This is our very first week's work. Next week, we'll look at reading as inquiry. Then we'll get into our first essay. The flow of activities here will always be the same for every module. You click on the checklist for week 1. This lists out everything that has to be done along with the due dates. Okay, and if you ever see anything odd in one of these, such as a funny due date, just let me know and I will come and take a look, because these are the things that I am adapting, changing, revising from the last run of the course. And it's possible something will sneak in here from the last run that I'll overlook. In fact, I just noticed something. I am pretty sure that I left this course code in here by accident, because I think that's the old one. So I'll fix that as soon as I get off the recorder here. So beneath that you have, and this is again standard, though I will sometimes open these up later in the week and let you do your reading first. A presentation on SlideShare, and then video presentations, part 1 and part 2 of those. And then finally at the very bottom, getting to know you, is a link to this week's discussion board. So as I said, everything you need is linked to in the content area of the course. The checklist, any resources you need to work through, and then discussion boards, drop boxes, anything like that that you need. If for some reason you do have to go somewhere else in the course, I will let you know in that week's checklist. Okay, that is enough for now. What I want you to do is spend this week, first of all, head over here to the checklist, head over here to the course resources, see what the due dates are, see what you need to get your head around for this week. Typically, we'll have 2 deadlines during the week. One, the initial will be Thursdays. Typically, the follow-up will be Sundays. This week, I gave you until Friday for your first post, but Friday will come up very fast because the course starts on Wednesday. But I gave you an extra day because we're starting midweek, but typically it'll be Thursday, Sunday. One thing to be very careful of, you need to keep up with the work in the course. So if you start falling behind or you're getting confused, just contact me. I'm really here to help you adjust to the course these first few weeks. Even though you know, I'm only online, I'm not only online, I'm a real person, but even though your main interaction with me is online, that does not mean I'm not available to you. And you'll see in the syllabus, you can actually call me or come by my office if you need help as well. Okay, so to work, and as I said, come to me if you've got any questions at all.